You're here because you still feel it. Because even after all the silence, all the distance, all the logic telling you to give up, something inside you can't let go. And maybe you're ashamed of that. Maybe you've hidden this hope even from yourself because it hurts too much to admit you're still waiting for someone who seems to have moved on. I need you to hear this with an open heart. This hope you're carrying isn't weakness. It's not delusion. It's not you being naive or stuck in the past. It's something far greater than you realize. Because while you thought this person had forgotten you, while you interpreted the silence as indifference, while each day without a response seemed to confirm it was over, God was doing something your eyes couldn't see. And today, He sent me to tell you, hold on tight. Don't give up now, because they're being restored right at this very moment. I know, it seems impossible. It even feels cruel to believe this when everything around you screams otherwise. But that's exactly why you need to hear what comes next. You know this feeling, don't you? It's like watching someone you love walk away in slow motion. Every unanswered message, every vague excuse, every promise that turned into silence. And the worst part, you can't do anything about it. Because you can't force someone to see you, to value you, to be ready. Maybe you've tried everything. You tried giving space. You tried reaching out. You tried being understanding, patient, easygoing. You even tried pretending you didn't care anymore, hoping that would wake something up in them. But nothing changed. And then comes that question that eats away at you from the inside. Am I being a fool for still believing? You look at others moving on so quickly, replacing people like they're changing clothes, and you wonder if the problem is you. If you're too attached, if you're living in a fantasy, if you should get real and accept that to this person, you simply don't matter anymore. And you know what's most painful? Sometimes the person themselves confirms it, with words or with silence, with actions or with absence. They tell you they're not ready, that they need time, that they don't know what they want. And you're left there, suspended, without ground beneath you, without answers, without direction. There are nights when you negotiate with God. If this is meant to be, give me a sign. If it's not, take this away from me. But the sign doesn't come. Or it does, but you're not sure if it's real or just your desperate heart wanting to see what doesn't exist. And then you start fighting with yourself. The rational part tells you to move on. The emotional part keeps you in place. And you're stuck there, divided, exhausted, not knowing if you're waiting for a miracle or postponing the inevitable. But I came to tell you something that will change everything. Because you're not waiting alone. And the silence doesn't mean what you think it means. Let me tell you something about how God works. He doesn't operate on the timeline you can see. He doesn't move according to the urgency of your anxiety. He doesn't rush because you're tired of waiting. He works behind the scenes, in the invisible, in absolute silence, preparing things you'll only understand when they're ready. And you know why He does it this way? Because true restoration doesn't happen on the surface. It's not about this person sending you a message tomorrow saying, "I'm back." It's not about them suddenly waking up and realizing your worth. That would be quick, but it would be shallow. And God isn't interested in shallow solutions. He's interested in real transformation. While you're there wondering why nothing's changing, God is working inside this person, in the place you can't reach, where the wounds are, where the fear lives, where the confusion took hold, where emotional immaturity put down roots. He's deconstructing everything that kept this person from truly loving you. You need to understand something. Their distance isn't about you. It never was. It's about the internal battles they're facing that you can't fight for them. It's about the healing process that only God can lead. It's about them needing to find themselves, recognize themselves, rebuild themselves, so they can then truly find you. And that hurts, I know, because you wanted to be there. You wanted to hold their hand during this process. You wanted to be the shoulder, the comfort, the certainty, but that's not how it works. Because if you were present now, they would lean on you instead of leaning on God. And then the restoration would be incomplete. They would come back still broken, still immature, still incapable of giving you the love you deserve. So God moved you away, not out of cruelty, but for protection and purpose. So He could do a complete work, so that when this person comes back, they don't come back halfway. They come back whole, healed, ready, conscious, capable of seeing, valuing, and honoring what you have together. You think you're waiting for them, but actually you're waiting for the version of them that God is creating. And now, before I continue, I need to pause for a second. Because if you're feeling something different in your chest right at this moment, if tears have started to fall, if something inside you just lit up, this is the sign you've been asking for. It's not a coincidence you're here now. It's not chance that you clicked on this video. It's not luck that you've made it to this point. God guided you here because He needed you to hear what comes next. Because what I'm about to reveal to you now will completely change how you see this waiting. Breathe. Wipe those tears. And come with me. Now I need you to understand something that's going to turn everything upside down. The silence isn't the enemy. The silence is the evidence. I know that sounds crazy, because silence feels like rejection. It feels like being forgotten. It feels like the person moved on and you got left behind. But when God is restoring someone, He needs silence, because noise distracts, interference delays, and the work He's doing requires absolute focus. Think of it this way. When a potter is molding a piece of clay, he doesn't allow anyone to touch the vessel while he's working, because any interference can ruin the shape, crack the structure, compromise the work. God is molding this person's heart, and He asked you to step back, not because you're not important, but because you're too important to be put at risk. If this person came back now, in the emotional condition they were in, they would hurt you again. They would repeat the same patterns, bring the same fears, run away in the same ways. And you know this. You've seen this movie before. You've been through this cycle. But God said, not this time. This time, I'm doing it differently. And so He created this space, this void, this silence that hurts so much, so He could work without interruptions, so He could dismantle the defenses, so He could heal the wounds no one sees, so He could teach what they didn't know, so He could reveal what they couldn't see. And you, on the other side, are learning things you would never learn if they were close. You're growing in faith. You're developing patience. You're strengthening your trust in God. You're learning that true love isn't control, isn't rushing, isn't desperation. It's surrender. It's rest. It's quiet certainty that if it's from God, nothing will stop it. So when you look at the silence from now on, I want you to see this. God is working. God is restoring. God is preparing. And the fact that you still feel it, still believe, still have hope, even in the face of all this silence, that's not coincidence. It's confirmation. Because God wouldn't make you hold on to an empty promise. He wouldn't feed a hope without foundation. If you still feel it, it's because there's still something meant to happen. Now let's talk about what's happening at this exact moment while you're watching this video. Because this isn't theory. It's not a distant possibility. It's not something that might happen. It's happening now. God is rebuilding, inside this person, the capacity to love without fear. Because they're afraid. Maybe they've never admitted this to you. Maybe they don't even admit it to themselves. But they're afraid of truly surrendering. Afraid of being vulnerable. Afraid of losing control. Afraid of repeating past pains. And this fear made them pull back whenever you two got too close. But God is removing that fear, layer by layer. He's showing them that truly loving isn't losing, it's gaining. That vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. That surrendering isn't risk, it's freedom. God is also rebuilding their awareness of your worth, because they didn't see it. Not completely. They looked at you, but they didn't truly see. They didn't understand the rarity of what you offered. They didn't perceive the depth of what you had together. And that's why they treated you carelessly, put you on the back burner, made you wait, made you doubt. But now, God is opening their eyes. He's showing them, undeniably, what they lost when they let you go. He's making them realize that no one else has what you have, that no other place brings the peace you bring, that no other connection comes close to what you built together. And as you absorb this truth about the restoration that's happening, maybe you're feeling a tightness in your chest. Because this journey of waiting for someone who isn't ready yet has also transformed you, hasn't it? You're carrying your own wounds from this waiting. The fear that you might be fooling yourself, the insecurity of not being enough, the exhaustion of loving without being loved, back the way you deserve. I understand that pain. And I want you to know that there's a path for you, not just to wait for this person to transform, but also to truly prepare yourself for the love that's coming. A path to heal your own wounds, strengthen your self-love, and recognize when true love finally knocks at your door, because sometimes, even when God restores someone, we need to be ready to recognize and receive that transformation. I've prepared something special for you that's available in the first pinned comment. It's a way for you to walk alongside God during this waiting, not just anticipating this person's transformation, but also allowing Him to complete the work in you. Because when the restoration manifests in the visible, you'll need to be ready to build something different, something true, something that honors this entire process. If this resonates in your heart, you know where to find it. And if it's for you, you'll know. Now, let me continue showing you what else God is doing, and more. God is rebuilding their emotional maturity, because they were immature. They ran when they should have faced things. They stayed silent when they should have spoken. They sought distraction when they should have sought solutions. And that sabotaged everything. But God is teaching them what it means to be emotionally adult, what it means to honor commitments, what it means to choose love even when it's not easy, what it means to stay. And there's more. God is rebuilding their spiritual alignment, because when a person isn't aligned with God, they can't see what He prepared. They become blind to blessings. They chase what destroys and ignore what builds up. But now, God is calling them back. He's realigning their heart with purpose. He's reminding them of who they truly are, and you're part of that purpose. So what seemed like an ending was actually a new beginning. What seemed like loss was actually preparation. And what seemed impossible is being built before God's eyes, in the invisible, at this exact moment. But while God restores this person, He's also doing something in you. Because this process was never just about them. It's about both of you. And you also had things to learn, to heal, to adjust. God is teaching you to wait without desperation. Because waiting with desperation is anxiety. It's control in disguise. It's lack of faith. But waiting in peace, waiting with confidence, waiting knowing that God never fails, that's spiritual maturity. God is teaching you not to lose yourself in someone, because you may have done that in the past. You put this person at the center of everything, made them your North Star, your purpose, your source of happiness. And God is saying, no, I am your center. I am your source. And this person will add to your life, not define your life. God is teaching you what true love is. Not desperate love that clings and suffocates, Not conditional love that only loves when it's reciprocated, but love that trusts, love that liberates, love that waits, love that honors, love that looks like God's love. And God is preparing you to receive not the old version of this person, but the restored version. Because when they come back, you'll need discernment to recognize the change. You'll need wisdom to build differently. You'll need strength not to fall into the same patterns. That's why, while you wait, don't stand still. Grow. Heal your own wounds. Strengthen your own faith. Deepen your own relationship with God. Because what God is preparing for you too doesn't fit who you were before. It only fits who you're becoming. The awareness that you also need to be ready for this new phase is lighting up inside you right now, isn't it? Remember that gift I mentioned in the pinned comment? It can be the perfect companion for your transformation while you wait in faith. Because everything we're talking about here, recognizing the change, having discernment, not repeating old patterns. You're going to need clarity and preparation for when that moment arrives. And that moment is closer than you think. And there's something else I need to tell you. You're not waiting alone. There's an invisible army of angels working on this situation. There are prayers being answered that you don't even remember praying anymore. There are doors being closed to protect you both. There are paths being opened to guide you both. God didn't put you in this waiting to abandon you in it. He put you in this waiting because He trusts that you can get through it. And now you want to know, how will I know this is real? How will I know I'm not fooling myself? I'll tell you, you're going to start seeing signs. Not obvious signs. Not signs everyone sees, but signs for those who are paying attention. Signs for those who know God's language. You'll feel an inexplicable peace. A peace that doesn't make sense given the situation. A peace that comes out of nowhere. That calms you in the middle of the storm. That lets you sleep soundly even without having answers. That peace is God saying, I am in control. You'll notice you stopped forcing things. Stopped trying to control. Stopped planning 1,000 scenarios in your head. Stopped desperately checking social media. Because something inside you finally rested. That surrender is a sign that God has taken over. You might start dreaming about this person. Not ordinary dreams, but dreams that feel like messages. Dreams that leave you with a strange feeling, almost prophetic. God speaks through dreams. He always has. And if He's showing you something, it's because there's something to show. You'll hear things. Songs that seem to speak directly to you. Random phrases that stop you in your tracks. Bible verses that jump off the page. God uses everything to confirm what He's doing. Everything. And maybe, just maybe, you'll start noticing small changes in this person's behavior. Nothing big, but something different. A look, an unexpected like, an enigmatic phrase. Don't ignore it. These are seeds. These are harbingers. These are signs that the ice is melting. But even if none of this happens yet, don't doubt. Because God's timing is perfect. And what He started, He will finish. What He promised, He will fulfill. He's never failed, and He won't start with you. And if you feel you need more clarity about how to recognize these signs and how to truly prepare yourself for this restored love, the guide, How to Attract and Recognize True Love, is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. It was made exactly for this moment in your journey when you're between waiting and manifestation, needing to understand how to be ready when the promise is fulfilled. So hear these words as if they were spoken directly by God to you at this moment. Asterisk, asterisk. My child, I didn't bring you this far to leave you. I didn't place this person in your heart to torture you. I didn't make you wait to disappoint you. I made you wait to prepare you. And while you waited, I worked. While you cried, I rebuilt. While you doubted, I confirmed. The restoration isn't future. The restoration has already begun. And all you need to do now is trust. Trust that I know what I'm doing. Trust that my timing is better than yours. Trust that what I'm building is worth every second of waiting. So hold on tight. Don't let go. Don't give up. Because in the coming days, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, you're going to start seeing what I was doing in the invisible. You'll understand why the silence was necessary. You'll thank me for every day of waiting. Because what's coming is bigger, better, deeper than anything you've ever experienced together. And when this person comes back, and they will come back, you'll recognize it. You'll recognize not by appearance but by heart, not by words but by actions, not by promises but by transformation. And you'll know without a shadow of doubt that it was me who did it. So rest, because the battle isn't yours. The battle is mine, and I've already won. If you made it this far, it wasn't by accident. It was because God wanted you to hear this. It was because you needed this confirmation. It was because, in the middle of all the doubt, He wanted to remind you, you're not alone, and this isn't over. So I want you to do something now. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart and say out loud, even if softly, God, I trust you. I know you're working. I know the restoration has already begun, and I will wait in peace, because I know what you prepare for me is perfect. Thank you for not abandoning me. Thank you for restoring what seemed lost. I surrender everything into your hands. Amen. And now you live, you grow, you rest, you let God work, because the restoration is already in motion. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop what God has determined. But before you go, do something for me. Save this video, add it to your favorites, mark this moment. Because in a few days, in a few weeks, when you start seeing the first signs, when the impossible starts moving, when the restoration starts manifesting in the visible, you'll want to come back here. You'll want to hear this again. You'll want to remember the exact moment